Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Lessons for Life from Swami Jagatmananji's inspiring bestseller, Learn to Live, Volume 1, Chapter 1, The Hidden Truth. Infinite power is hidden within every one of us. One has to be always careful with one's actions, with one's work, with one's life in general. After all, haste makes waste. We must cultivate patience in doing things. When we do things, we have to be careful and patient, or else it can result in wastage of effort, time, and money. There is also a proverb which says, more haste, less speed, meaning less efficiency. If we act too quickly and without due diligence, focus, and attention to details, it will result in unnecessary, avoidable mistakes and thus requires even more time to complete the task satisfactorily. Here, the learned, wise author Swami Jagatmananji tells us to give up haste and constant hurry. Why haste? Some are always in haste. They rush home from office, gulp down their food, and poke their nose into everything. But they don't complete any task. Be quick, is the burden of their song. The child may not yet be 5 years of age, but the parents are anxious to see him forthwith in the 3rd grade in school. Such is their haste. They rush to the station, board the train. Only after the train has started moving do they realize that they have left something important at home and become uneasy. When the man comes home with a look of anxiety on his face, the wife wonders what is in store for her. He turns on the radio and listens to the music, but only for a while. Then he turns it off, takes out a book borrowed from the library a few days earlier, and starts reading. It must be returned soon, but he has not read it through. He reads a few pages perfunctorily and impatiently throws it aside. Oh, what boredom! I am tired, fatigued. He exclaims now and then. His son is about to go out. A small boy is about to go out to play. The father calls out, "Go and keep that thing over there." The son asks, "What thing? Where?" The father shouts in exasperation, "Oh, who is going to cope with this good-for-nothing creature?" Then he announces what should be carried and where it should be put. He gives an impression of having to do 4 errands at once. Yes, the truth is, his life is characterized by utter lack of order. He has a decent harvest. He is not short of money. He is not extravagant, but he is always in a crisis. He does not know how to manage his affairs in a systematic, orderly fashion. A few years ago, a writer in a Kannada monthly gave an account of his experience in Calcutta. It was about the chaotic state of mind tormented by haste and impatience. A member of the Legislative Assembly, MLA, went to the post office and expressed his desire to ring up the general manager of some company. The young man at the counter said, "It is now only 9 o'clock. He may come to the office by 10:30. That is, the general manager of that company may come to the office by 10:30. Sir, it is better you ring him up later." The MLA heard him but pretended not to hear with his false sense of dignity. After a while, the MLA dialed the number and asked, "Who is speaking?" "Watchman," was the reply. The MLA hurled the receiver down. Half an hour later, he dialed again. He must have got the same reply. He said, Dur, which in Bengali means damned. About 10:30, the MLA dialed once again and asked, Is it the watchman speaking? No, it was the general manager himself attending the call at the other end. He must have put down the receiver after hearing the MLA's question. Crestfallen, he left the post office without saying anything to the young man at the counter. Well, he spent nearly 1.5 hours in vain because of his haste, anxiety, confusion, and distraction, which drove away his wisdom. Haste causes many types of disasters in many walks of life, as well as in discussions, in travel, in sports, in entertainment, etc. What causes this haste, confusion, and anxiety? The failure to think calmly and quietly before taking up any kind of task. The tendency to attempt too many tasks simultaneously. The over-enthusiasm to finish in a few days of work what needs years at a stretch to complete. The tendency to postpone necessary action till the last minute and then trying to finish everything in the 11th hour. The failure to overcome this weakness with the mistaken notion that it is part of one's nature or habit, which leads to a perpetuation of such behavior. Hurry, haste, anxiety, confusion weary the mind and tire out the body. They may lead to high blood pressure and nervous debility. How do we keep them off? Jagadatmananji discusses this highly interesting and useful subject in the next episode. Slow and steady runs fast. Slow and steady runs fast in the next episode.